What's up, y'all? Happy Sunday. Hope you're ready for a watch along. This one's going to be fun. WCW. Bash at the Beach 1996, the formation of the NWO. I put a poll up on YouTube yesterday between two shows that we had talked about in a couple of previous live streams. One was Hell in the Cell 2009. The other one was this one, Bash at the Beach 1996. This pay-per-view won overwhelmingly 70% to 30% with about 300 votes. So thank you to those of you who voted on this. This should be a hoot, because this is a very famous pay-per-view, and it literally changed the business just as much as the Curtain Call or Hall and Nash leaving or the Screwjob or anything like that did. You know, Hogan turning heel on this show was a pretty monumental moment. We're coming up on the 25-year anniversary of this. Had I thought this out a little bit more, maybe we would have waited until July to do this watch-along, so it would fit a little bit more in line with the 25th anniversary. But I have not done a WCW watch-along yet since we've been doing the watch-alongs since the beginning of the year. So it was long overdue and time to do one. So I appreciate you guys who are going to be here with us tonight watching this. We won't waste too much time. We'll get going here in just a little bit. We are using Peacock, so those of you who have Peacock, you'll be able to follow along. Once we hit play together, you'll just follow along with the timer above my head, and you'll be able to keep track of this just fine. If anybody has any buffering issues, even if I have an issue, I'm just going to keep the timer will always run and never stop. So we're all just going to follow the timer, and everything is fine. If you're watching on something else other than Peacock, it might be a little bit different, might not match up perfectly, but will probably still work in the long run to do the watch along here and to watch this pay-per-view. So it should be awesome. Yes, Slim Jim. It is an Ico Pro shirt. Look at that. Slim Jim asking me about my Ico Pro shirt. That's awesome. What's going on, Dan Price? Good to see you. I'm really excited for these A&E biographies to end, so we don't have to keep going head-to-head with this, but I know the Ultimate Warrior A&E bio, I believe, is airing right now, so I'll be checking that out either super late tonight or tomorrow night after Raw or something. So soon those will be over, and we can do watch-alongs, hopefully with not too much going head-to-head with us or too much competition out there or whatever. And another thing I want to let you guys know about that I told you about yesterday on the podcast, no Raw review tomorrow. Got a busy day. I've got actually a work function that I have to attend, so it's going to be cutting it close. So I'm kind of electing to take 1 week off from the Raw reviews. I don't think I've taken a week off of Raw in a very long time. It's been a while. So no Raw review tomorrow, but I think I'm going to make it up to you by being here midweek somewhere, possibly on Wednesday. Worst case scenario, though, it'll be next Saturday for the podcast, and I'm in the middle of editing a really special episode that I'm going to be debuting on the channel probably within a week or so as well. So there is content coming, but unfortunately, no Raw review tomorrow. Unless something crazy happens and the stars align perfectly, I can do it. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to skip it. But hopefully by now, you guys have pulled up your Peacock. By the way, if you're watching on Peacock, this is going to be WCW Bash at the Beach Season 3. Episode 1 is what you want to look for here. There's 7 seasons of Bash at the Beach, according to Peacock. So this show here in 1996, of course, was The Outsiders, Hall and Nash taking on Sting, Randy Savage, and who was the other one? Luger, and Hogan coming out at the end. I have not seen the show or even thought about this show in many years. Wasn't even aware of the card until just a few minutes ago. I looked it up on Wikipedia just to check out the card, and there is a shitload of dark matches on here. Harlem Heat, Steiners, Eddie Guerrero, William Regal, Jim Powers, Rock and Roll Express. All these wrestlers had matches on the undercard here. It was 14 matches in total, and I believe like 7 made the pay-per-view, 7 or 8, something like that. So it's a loaded card, and there's a lot going on, and I virtually forgot completely about the undercard. The only thing anybody remembers about this show really is the main event. So it will be fun to relive this, because I don't think I've ever sat and watched this particular pay-per-view all the way through. I've seen it, very aware of it, but back then I was more of a WWE guy, and I don't believe I didn't order it this night. I didn't order the show, but I heard about the whole deal. So, man, it changed the business. Oh, yeah, and Dark Side of the Ring is Thursday on The Warrior, which is kind of cool. We got 2 back-to-backers here. I heard the A&E show has Dana Warrior, and Vice has his first wife. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Dana... I was curious who was going to be involved with both. I knew Dana was going to be on the A&E one because she's in good with WWE, but Dark Side was a different story, and I wasn't sure if she would be a part of that. You know, not that they're going to do a hit piece on him like they did with the Self-Destruction of the Warrior DVD or anything like that, but they're going to be truthful, and Dana Warrior might not want to be a part of that, so I can understand. But I'll be really interested to watch both. I think they're going to be both pretty good. Raymond Frand, you are a WCW pay-per-view virgin. Well, prepare to have your cherry popped, my friend. We are here ready to rock and roll. So anyway, my Peacock is up. I won't be interrupted with ads or anything like that. So again, if you are interrupted with ads or anything like that, just follow the timer on the screen. And we'll hit play here together in just a couple of seconds while I get my fingers ready. I got to do the double mouse deal so I can hit your timer and I can hit play. Get all your 5 zeros there at the bottom for WCW. Bash at the Beach in 1996. This is going to be crazy. Going to be crazy. I'll give you all a second to get that together. And yeah, looking forward to catching those biographies this week. What's going on, Adam? Was there a super chat up here I needed to answer as well? Yeah, there is. George Morris, it's you. Of course it's you. Are you going to give this pay-per-view 0 out of 10? Thanks for the $5. Hey, Greg, are you doing crazy? Are you doing crazy day today? Some guy in town was arrested in his underwear and socks, ran from the sheriff's deputies in handcuffs, and fell. That was me, but I got out. Somebody posted my bail, and I'm here. I'm actually wearing underwear and socks right now. So, yeah, sorry to cause the disturbance, dude, but I always get out. I got a great lawyer, so they can't catch me. They'll never hold me. Other than that, good to see you back in here as well. David Brown, glad you're here. And this should be a fun one to watch because, like I said, I haven't seen the show in a while, so much of it will be like watching it kind of for the first time. And then, of course, the main event, there will be plenty to discuss there when we get to the big Hulk Hogan reveal and Bobby Heenan. I'll never forget, but whose side is he on? I'm like, what are you doing? You blew it. But it was quite the night. Quite the night. Anyway, all right, so my Bash at the Beach is pulled up. We're ready to rock and roll. 10 minutes past the hour. That's not too bad for getting this started. And I'm going to get all my ducks in a row. We're here, and we're here. All right, and we're going to count down we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and then hit play together. Let's go. You ready? 3, 2, 1, play. We're good. Don't click that skip intro thing. We're going to watch the whole terribly dubbed over intro, no doubt. Oh, this might actually be the real intro. I'm not sure. You know what? Actually, please hold. I forgot. I have this. Bash at the Beach, 1996, VHS. I love that they have Savage and Luger on the front of it. That's cool. Oh, here's the card right here. Konnan versus Ric Flair, Giant Taskmaster versus Arn and Benoit, Public Enemy versus Nasty Boys, Disco and Dean, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Diamond Dallas Page, Lord of the Ring match. Interesting. All right, there we go. Bash at the Beach. As Schiavone welcomes us. Where is this? Probably Daytona or something. Oh, yeah. Daytona Beach, Ocean Center. There we go. Dusty, Bobby, and Tony. Look at the security already there. Look at Dusty in that black suit. The third man is Mabel. We know that. Last week, we watched King of the Ring, 1996. Or the last watch-along, I should say. And that was just about less than a month before this show. Just a couple weeks. Let's do this thing, Tony. Meltzer said Hitman? No, it wouldn't have been Hitman. Oh, I can see why he said that, though, because Brett was gone at the time. That's true. It could have been, because Brett was off TV. Wouldn't have been as good as Hogan, as much as I love Brett. Oh, I love Psychosis' old music. Hey, at least they're not dubbing it here. 9 matches on this card. Right on. I love the beach set. God, they got a lot of cops there. That's crazy. It's like they were anticipating a potential riot. Oh, it is? All right. I didn't think it would. Turn it down a bit. Should be okay with the audio, I think. It's got to be pretty muffled, and I haven't had any problems before. Oh, yeah, it's Ray. God, look how young Ray is. Jesus. What's up, Tomas? Good to see you. Thanks for the $5. Hey, Greg, first watch along, home and ready to enjoy some WCW with me. That is awesome. Glad you're here, man. These watch alongs are fun. Because wrestling sucks, so we can go back and watch all these awesome shows from back in the day. We're going to watch them together. I know. We got to think of what to do next. I guess we'll be up here in 2 weeks. Next Sunday will be Double or Nothing, but after that we can do one. We could do a Hell in the Cell. Maybe we can knock out that other Hell in the Cell that I put on the poll. That 09 Hell in the Cell apparently had 3 cell matches on it. Mike Tenay. So you got a 4-man team up there? Is Dusty there too? I didn't see Mike in the opening. Or maybe Tony's just sitting in for the, or I'm sorry, Tenay's just sitting in for the Cruiserweight. God, 25 years ago. This shit still feels like yesterday to me. We have a current WWE Tag Team Champion in the ring right now, 25 years ago. Hey, Hub City, how you doing? Yeah, I always liked Tenay. I only liked him, though, in, like, just the WCW environment. Like, if he would have been on Raw around this time, I don't know, it wouldn't have been the same. Like, he was a perfect guy to have there because WCW had a lot of this great international talent. I think his skills would have gone to wasted in WWE. And plus, I don't think he'd fit there just with his commentary style. He's just much better calling this type of shit. Oh, hey, Francine in ECW or Hogan in WCW? Oh, better heel turn, obviously, Hogan. Hogan's heel turn changed the business. Francine's didn't change the business. It just was a memorable moment in ECW. So they're apples and oranges there. But the Francine one was good. I always liked Francine. I liked all the girls in ECW. They were fun. Believe it or not, they sell the masks in the street. Oh, I believe that. Totally believe it. Damn, Raymond, this is the year that Fresh Prince ended? 90. It lasted until now. I guess it did, huh? 96. Holy shit. I don't think I watched it the last couple of years because I was already out of high school by then, but I loved the show when I was in school. I remember singing the theme song in the car on the way to school. We were idiots. Oh my God. They spiked themselves. Damn. And that's what's great about this. Is a pay-per-view match here, but this is just a Nitro match. They could just easily have this on Nitro. There's no title even on the line here. Neither one of these guys is champ, right? I think the other match is for the Cruiser. Nobody in this match came out with a belt, right? Oh, yeah, Disco. Oh, Disco is the Cruiserweight champ? Disco and Dean? Or maybe Dean is. Don't remember. One of my favorite Disco Inferno memories was when, in 97, when Honky Tonk Man in WWE was looking for a protege, the dirt sheets were all reporting that Disco was going to make the jump. And honestly, I think he would have fit well. He would have been a lot when Honky made the announcement or when he debuted the guy. It turned out to be Rockabilly, Billy Gunn, but there was a lot of chatter that it was going to be Disco. And when you think about it, he would have been a good Honky Tonk Man replacement. Like if they put him in an Elvis thing, and he kind of had that John Travolta weird thing going on or whatever. So that would have actually really fit when you think about it. But I guess he stayed in WCW to continue doing nothing. Could have been Honky 2. Instead, his tweets smell like number 2. I don't recognize this referee at all. I can't remember who he is. Finally, Jet the Hawk. Jesus. Fuck. Waiting all night for you. Finally rolling up in here. Late, of course. Docking it from your paycheck. Who are they talking about here? Missing the show? Are they talking about Savage? What's up, Chris? $5 from you. Thanks. The next night on... Oh, this is the next night on Nitro? Ray beat Dean for the Cruiserweight title? That's crazy. I guess I remember the match. I didn't realize that was the next night. Wow, yeah. I never knew. Look at Mike Tenay educating me 25 years after the fact. Ray took inspiration from Scott Steiner, of all people. And honestly, Ray does the Frankensteiner better. Disco Inferno and Gold. That would have been great. I would have loved it if Disco ended Goldberg's streak. Goldberg wouldn't have done it. Thomas, yeah, that is kind of sad, but not really. You know, you can't help that. I remember kind of being bummed out when all those guys got to WWE because it just really, it was one of those situations where you still see that today where just the magic is lost. Like this couldn't be recreated. These cruiserweight times in WCW were like no other. And so then, of course, when WWE wants to bring them in, they can't just have a fun competitive division like this. They got to put them on lawnmowers and give them a fucking stupid name and shit and unmask everybody and I was like, WCW is proof positive that you can just do a cruiserweight division. And you can have some issues. You know, Malenko and Jericho had their issue, and you had some internal stuff here and there storyline-wise. But for the most part, it was just a competitive division where you wouldn't fight the same guy week after week. And like we said, he'd beat Dean the next night for the title. God, he hits that perfectly. Is he going to kick out of that? Yeah. Seemed too early for the match to end. That was awesome. I always loved Heenan on commentary, too, because he would react. Oh! This shit, you got to remember where Heenan's, Heenan's generation. This is blowing his mind, to see shit like this. Up until this point, the most athletic person he had been around, or like light on his feet, was probably someone like Ray Stevens. And now you got Ray doing triple backflips off the top rope. He is the psycho that we want. Yeah, they were relying on Savage. Honestly, Savage could have been the guy, too. I'm surprised there was no talk of him. It was all Hogan and Sting, but Savage would have made just as much sense, maybe even more sense than Hogan, because Savage had just came in. He was only there like 6-7 months. Came in December or in late November, and this was all happening in July, and he's fighting so hard on the side of WCW. Would have made sense if it was Savage. I think he could have done just as well. Think about it. Think about Savage in Hogan's position, centerpiece of the NWO, cutting the promo. I think he'd be fine. He's just not the, quite the household name as Hogan was. And plus, he was featured prominently on TV, so fans had, like, Hogan came back here after a long time off and then turned, and it just added to the whole thing. But Savage could have worked because, he was from WWE too, just like those guys were. Oh, no, I guess Savage had been there a year and a half. I'm sorry. He came in 94. late 94. So it would have been a year and a half, but Savage still would have worked. Savage had been a popular heel already, though. Not really in WCW, though. I mean, back in the 80s in WWE, but this would have been a whole different story. But what made Hogan work is that he was a babyface for so long. So I see what you're saying. Probably would have been better if Savage had just come in or was recently there. Or, I don't know. But I still think in terms of doing the job, cutting the promos and stuff, he would have been good. Just maybe not business-changing good. Oh, Ray. Jesus Christ, Ray. Psychosis going to the top. Good God. He sentoned him from the top rope to the floor. Damn. Imagine Darby Allin coffin dropping from up. Actually, he's probably done it. Damn. That is a dangerous move. I'd be freaking out if I was Ray taking that. You got to land so perfectly not to for both of you to die. I love Dusty trying to give cruiserweight wrestling strategy tips. What was your favorite Dusty Rhodes throwing shooting star presses back in the day? That would have been something to see. Oh, Lord, it's a shooting star press. Where do you get all these names? Hub City, no, I did not hear that they might bring back the big gold belt. Don't even tease me. Don't even tease me. If they do, I'm buying one. It's the only belt left in that I really care about getting is that one. I should probably get it. What's up, Spazzer? Thanks for the $10. Welcome. Cheers, Greg, in the chat. Question, what two steps would you combine for a match? Me, I always thought hanging the belt from the roof of the chamber and making the 6 guys climb the walls and the inner roof. That would be interesting. Like, no, well, I mean, yeah, maybe eliminate ladders from the equation and just, like, somebody's just got to get up there as creative as they can. I think you could, like, make it to where you can do it, just can't use a ladder. So, like, you could climb on the outside of the cage and get it from underneath it or from up top or something. That'd have to be certain guys in that. Jesus, look at Ray go. Look at this fucking guy, how young he was. Oh, he's going to go flying here. Hold on. No, I thought Ray was going to go. He's in a springboard or something. Here he goes. What's that pole there for? Is that for the Duggan match or whatever? The King of the Mountain or whatever the fuck it is? Oh, God, Ray. Jesus, another Hurricanrana from the top rope off the apron onto the floor. They're both still alive. Jesus, man. So I got to think about what two stipulations I'd want to combine. I know I've thought about this actually before. But now I can't not think. I had some creative ones, too. I got to think about that. Y'all help us out. Two stipulations, combine them together to make just the craziest match you can think of. Maybe a Kennel from Hell hog pen match or some shit. That would be interesting. So you have mud in between the cage and the cell with pigs instead of dogs in there. And that way when they shit in there, it's no big deal because that's what pigs do. That might be it. Kennel from Hell hog pen match. Hog pen from Hell match. There you go. Book it. Jesus, Ray is just so stupidly quick. I remember him just flat out blowing my mind when I first saw him. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Looks like he's 12 years old. They haven't used much of the ring. They've just been wow. I don't know what that was, a corkscrew. Yeah, thank you, Tenay. That's what it was. What Tenay said. Firefly Boneyard match. Jesus, Hell in the Cell. Inferno match would be good. I think like in a exploding death match, ladder match would be fun. Like they had the guy on top of the ladder and everything blows up and he goes flying off into the crowd. That'd be fucking great. Thanks for 5 more, Spaz. Another idea, a Rumble, but elimination by submission only in the last 3 entrants enter a TLC match for a briefcase. Jesus Christ. That actually sounds like something AEW would do. They kind of tend to overcomplicate things a bit. It's one of my very few critiques I have of theirs. It seems like something they would do. They've had a couple of matches that had extremely convoluted rules. I'm like, what the fuck? God. Ray hung up. Yeah, Ray can still go. I mean, obviously he can't physically do what he used to, but he still has good matches because he knows how to work. Jesus Christ. That's got to be the finish. You don't not finish with that. So it looked like he was going for a razor, like Psychosis was going for a razor's edge onto Ray from the top rope, and Ray countered it into a Hurricanrana off the top rope and pinned him, and they landed on the other side of the ring near the opposite turnbuckle. That's fucking insane. I miss this WCW. Oh, Bobby, they'll be fine. They're cruiserweights. They're luchadors. They don't feel nothing. World War III buried alive. 59 guys get buried. It's going to be like a mass grave. That is just crazy how neither one of them blow out a knee doing that. That finish was just, Jesus Christ. Bobby Heenan's like me calling a match. That was a really good match. It's what makes WCW great, and they had the right idea here. Open up with this match here. You know, if you've got some dads, you know, bringing the moms to the show, or boyfriends bringing their girlfriends or dragging them to the show, and they don't know much about wrestling, and you open up with this shit, they're probably having a great old time. Give me another beer. This is great shit. I'm a wrestling fan now. Look at Konnan. Konnan, I should say. Konnan. Thank you for that, Konnan. Did Gene ask him, like, what the fuck happened out there? This was before Konnan was Mr. Gangster Man. This is in between Max Moon and Gangster here. I did like that U.S. title. Not enough to get a replica. My friend had one, but I did like the design. I like the way Gene always looks up in the air when somebody's talking. Gene's the best. That's right. This is Ric Flair and Konnan. That's right. For the U.S. title. Interesting match here. I mean, I guess Flair was a heel, right, at the time. So you would think that Flair would be, it would be like Flair, Luger, and Sting, I think would be the better people to have against Hall Nash. But, because, you know, they're so WCW. Oh, yes. Is this Ray trailer? Look at him. Boy, this was pre-big corporate boss man. This is Sturgis, Big Bubba here. Okay, so this, what is this shit? Is this on my thing? Is this on the tape? It's not even on here. What? It's a silver dollar match? Silver dollar on a pole match? What am I watching here? Look at this shit. John Tenta. He's just John Tenta by this point. No longer. Have you got half of his hair shaved? What the hell's going on? I kind of remember that. So we got some SummerSlam 1990 vibes going on here. SummerSlam, it was Hogan against Earthquake, and Boss Man was in Hogan's corner. And he tattooed Quake with the chair after the match. Like, literally tattooed him with it. John Tenta was probably in his 20s here. So young. Both these guys would be back with the Fed in 98. Tenta would be an oddity, and Boss Man would be with Vince. Fucking Tenta walked around, like, traveled with that hair like that? Went on a plane with that? Would you let that guy on a plane? I'm like, yo, bro, half your hair's missing. You're going to have to take another flight. I mean, these guys were literally doing nothing at the time in WCW. I mean, they were getting a pay-per-view match, but look at this. This shit should be on Worldwide. This should be on Pro or Saturday Night. Not fucking Bash at the Beach. And as a matter of fact, I think on the dark matches, one of the matches was like Eddie Guerrero and William Regal. Put that on here and put this shit on the main card. Actually, rest in peace to both. How is he going to get that high up there? Look how fucking high up that is. This makes no sense. That thing is like 30 feet in the air. Do you have to detect? I got to look up the Wikipedia card because I have no idea what's going on here. WCW Bash at the Beach. There it is. It's like I got no context here. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Okay. Carson City Silver Dollar match. But it's too high. Like, I'm not... Is my vision wrong, or does that not look entirely too high for either one of these guys to climb up and get? Damn, there's crazy shit on this match. Next up, we got a taped fist match. After that, a double dog collar match. This is Stipulation City here. Oh, you have to remove the pole. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, you're going to have to detach it. Thanks, Zane. I'm loaded with supplements from IcoPro. 30-year-old supplements. I'm growing an ear above my nipple, but whatever. We'll see what happens. And now Big Bubba. Were they calling him Big Bubba Rogers or just Big Bubba at this point? I think just Big Bubba. No, you don't climb trees like that. This is the fucking Festivus pole. Oh, he crouched. Boss Man. Bubba on a stick. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. They have to scale the pole. You have to climb up it. Like fucking gym class. I was good at the rope. I could crawl. I could climb up the rope. Yeah, Kevin Nash's improper adjective discussion was pretty funny. Do a Raw watch-along from the Attitude Era? I could do that. They're just short. That would be such a short watch-along. Oh, okay, so you got the little latches there. I see what's happening now. Man, this thing is elaborate, too. You have to pull down that gigantic fucking pole. What are those things called? Like ratchet straps or whatever? Whenever you use those and tie something down, you're required by law to say, that's not going anywhere. Oh, now he's got his belt. I love that Jimmy Hart used to manage Earthquake or Tenta. In WCW, Hogan called Bubba the big lost man. Pretty much he was. He had a revolving door. He came in right away as the boss, and WWE was like, and they had to make him the guardian angel, and then he was back to Bubba. I think it was Dusty was one of the ones that helped kind of discover Bubba and would feud with him briefly in WWE. Oh, man, he's tying him up. Oh, yeah, Joe. I think Heenan kind of, I mean, he really said what all of us were thinking, but I don't think they would really wanted him to blurt that out. I don't know why it's such a debate. Like, oh, did Heenan spoil it? You know, and everybody's, the defense for it is that Heenan was just staying in character because Heenan, for years, dating all the way back to his AWA days, hated on character or on camera, hated with a passion Hulk Hogan. That was his whole reason for living. He told everybody that Hogan was a fucking scumbag. Where in real life they were close friends, but on TV he just insisted, no matter how big a babyface Hogan was, he's a scum, he's a scum, he's a scum. So when he turned, Bobby Heenan got to say, I told you so. So a lot of people feel that when he said, whose side is he on? That's just something that Heenan would have said. And that's true. But he still shouldn't have said it because it still fucked it up, I think. What is that? Scissors? No scissors allowed. Arn Anderson and Sid only. Oh, he's going to cut the other side of the hair. Oh, he's got one arm free. Just nut shot him. There you go. I was about to say, if Tenta does not hit him square in the balls. Oh, now he's going to cut himself out. That's brilliant. What's up, Tomas? 5 more from you. Thank you. He's got scissors. What is he going to do with these scissors? Oh, he's going to cut the shit off. That's one way to do it. What's funnier, Shockmaster, Nash's adjective, or Sid saying he only has half a brain? Shockmaster 1, Sid brain 2, adjective 3. Oh, you are, Mike Witt? Yeah, I know I'm going head-to-head with the Warrior bio. I'll be checking that out either late tonight or tomorrow. And then the Dark Side of the Ring version is on Thursday, so it's a big week of Warrior. Brian Pillman in the WWE in the future? Maybe. I think Pillman. Oh, he's making Jimmy Hart go up and get that thing. I think like AEW is better suited for someone like him. Oh, look at him climbing up there. That's hysterical. That's what I see. That's the thing. Tenta and Bossman couldn't have done that. He's way up there. Look at Jimmy go. Holy shit. Go, Jimmy. It's fucking impressive. Look at him. Fucking fireman Jimmy. You get it, Jimmy Hart. I got a whole new respect for your weird little ass eating your beans and potatoes on Legends House. Fucking little weirdo. Yeah, darling. Yeah, baby. I didn't know he could climb up like a boss. Damn, he's so limber, even at this point. Wow. Wow. Obviously, those are working silver dollars, but if they were real, that would have flat out knocked him out. Holy shit, he hit him square in the face with it. That's a good finish. Even the fans are popping for this. Who would have thought that Bubba and Tenta would have given me an interesting finish there? Hell yeah, Jimmy Hart. Oh, he's going to empty him? Maybe they're real. Shit. Huh. Silver dollars. Hit him right in the face. They're talking about the Honky Tonk Man match right now? Cool. Yeah, I'll be checking that out later. I like his WCW tie. That's cool. Almost faints. Oof, God, he did hit him with it. Bubba's not going anyplace. I love it when Heenan says that. He's not going anyplace. What is IcroPro, Hub City? To be the World Wrestling Federation champion, you've got to want it every day. It takes an integrated approach to training, and that is what IcroPro is all about. Tony, your bright red cummerbund is distracting. And you don't match at all. Dusty looks the best of all three of them. Heenan looks a little weird. Looks like he's going to early bird dinner at a Fort Lauderdale retirement community. And he's the president of Del Boca Vista. What's up, Chuck? Yeah, Tenta had no music, I think, at the time because he was in between dysfunctional gimmicks. Oh, here we go. Look at the battle. I love they're all wearing the paint. Look at Savage. He's just all spazzy. Savage is so good. So good. Equal opportunity. That's right. I think he points to people with his pinky finger. I'm like, okay. Yeah, a lot of awesome noise. That's right. Ooh. Graphic Sting. God, I love Randy Savage. Sting, number one babyface in WCW at this point? Probably. This is about the end of it, though, for Sting. Because in a few months, maybe even a few weeks, I don't know when all that went down. I want to say it was like September. I know it was, yeah, it was late. It was in the fall because, no shit, I don't know when it was, but they had the fake Sting. And then that's when Sting got pissed and said, I think he even said the fans can stick it or whatever he said. And then he didn't come back for a year and a half and came back as the Crow. So this is like final months of Sting here, final weeks. Lord of the Ring match here. This feels like it could be dubbed music here. Yeah, DDP wasn't quite DDP yet. He was still kind of heel jobber territory. So this is the taped fist match? It's him and Duggan? The other people's side. Yeah, this is definitely the theme they used for Duggan. So generic. They're just so crappy. I just don't like it. Yeah, okay, so I was right. So it was like late, it was September or something like that when he cut that promo and said, you fans can suck it or whatever, and then he went to the rafters, and that would have been October 21st. Interesting. Right after, right around the time of, probably the night after. Buried Alive, maybe? Oh wow! So that means he would have debuted. No, I guess that would have been Mind Games. So yeah, this all happened right around. We're about close to the debut of the fake Razor and Diesel here soon too. Punchy. Page and Duggan, interesting. Duggan's got a lot of white. Oh, because it's a tape fist match. I get it. They're both wearing that shit. Fun to watch a match where both guys are still alive. How great is that? Jesus. Duggan was still in decent shape here in 96, you know? He stayed there and made that WCW money for a lot of years. He came in, when did he come in? Like 94? And he was there up until, I guess, the end when he became Canadian and everything. He just spit on bubblegum on Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Can't be spitting a bubblegum on him. Y'all mind hanging out with RVD for a quick second? Dusty. Oh, no. Bobby Heenan. Bobby always talks shit. We know that about him. I love that Duggan turning Canadian, but that's what it felt like. He was Mr. Canada Man, right? Lance Storm and all that. When he wearing like coveralls or something? And TV title in the trash. I mean, Duggan, when he first came in, that's just such typical WCW. They were just so desperate and hard up to get anybody that used to work in WWE. They brought in Duggan, and Duggan and Randy Savage both beat Steve Austin in like a matter of seconds. They both had super quick matches with him. I think Savage beat Austin on like Saturday night or something in a real quick match. Top rope elbow and pinned him, and then Duggan beat him in seconds for the title. I think maybe the year before this or something. Just fucking bullshit, man. Oh, down the steps. Enzo suffered a concussion, like what, just now, or? This is Triple H's first match here? No. Oh, this is a triple fist match. I don't know. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? That dude eating the popcorn on the front, that's hilarious. This popcorn's delicious. DDP punch in the air. Why did they chant USA? Like, how is this going to upset or distract Paige? Paige would be like, yeah, USA. I'm a heel. I'm from here. Whatever. I will never defend this country's pride. If somebody's like, America sucks, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We kind of do. I ain't going to argue with you. Oh, look at that armbar takedown. That was good. Our arm breaker. Keep him down. I like the people watching these things, too, on these shows. 1990s style in the front row and shit. Hilarious. When you see a little kid in the front row, you're like, that dude's like 30 now. How risk maneuver? Oh, oh, Page landed all right, though. He didn't land on the metal part. Oh, taking a DDT on concrete at an indie event. Oh, shit. Concussion sounds like he was lucky. They don't work, man. Sickest DDT on concrete in the history of the wrestling business is Jake Roberts and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on Saturday night's main event. It is the worst thing that I've ever seen. You could hear Ricky's skull, because back then there was no mats. And there's probably not at that indie event either. Oh, and Steamboat's skull just cracked. You know, just this fucking knot sticking out of it is horrible. Look that up on YouTube if you ain't squeamish. Diamond Cutter. That's the RKO right there. That's it. They beat him. Nice. It's starting to happen for DDP. Once the NWO would get formed, he'd kind of morph into a babyface. And he'd get himself over. Look at Duggan. Oh, you sore loser. Oh, knocked him out. Cheap shot. Duggan's always had a little bit of that in him. As a babyface, he used that 2x4 a lot. DDP. Kimberly hadn't joined him yet on TV? I thought she was with him earlier, like the Diamond Doll thing or whatever. Duggan's like, I don't care, I'll do the job. They're paying me $1 million a year. Yeah, Raven, Jericho, and DDP all had like Nirvana and Pearl Jam covers to their songs. Mean Gene. Jimmy Hart, come in here, you little twerp. Oh, wow, the Giant's the champion. I forgot. Giant is huge. Look at the side. Do they have him standing on a box? Jesus, man. Who's the Giant facing? Oh, it's the Grudge tag team match against Arn and Benoit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking Captain Sano with the big gold belt. He looks good. Look how good he looks. Oh, yeah. He's Andre's son. I forgot. You're better looking than Andre. They should have made him more unstoppable than he was. He just looks so ridiculously good here. I remember the first time I saw him in a magazine. I think it was in a match in Japan, and they had Arn Anderson on the outside of the ring, like looking at him for some reason. Like Arn might have been there recruiting him actually. And I was like, "Who the fuck is he?" I'd never seen him, but like, and then he showed up in WCW months later. I was like, "Holy crap, that's a big get." I remember being a little jealous because I was Team WWE. I'm like, I wish we got that guy. He's fucking awesome. Lee Marshall. Stagger Lee. Rest in peace. Look at Lee Marshall. Legend. Legend. About the final year of Arn's career, too. One more year. Yeah, I'd say RVD was part of the Attitude Era. But he didn't come in until the Invasion stuff, so he was there. The Attitude Era was basically his TV title run. He's great. He is. All right. I'm assuming Taskmaster and Giant win this match. Silent. Benoit, don't say anything eerie, please. Oh, it was like, don't mention death, and of course he did. What's happening now? 4-man dog collar match. Wait, all 4 dudes are going to be tied to each other? Who the fuck is in this? And what shitty music is this? Oh, this is definitely dubbed. This is Public Enemy, right? Yeah. I don't think this is the song they used. Public Enemy. They're both passed away. Don't worry, you guys are going to have a good time on Sunday Night Heat in a couple years. They were one of the first ECWs to sell out to one of the for a big contract. Dudleys were so much better. Dudleys kind of filled in their spot in ECW when they left, and they were just a million times better and definitely more hardcore. But these guys kind of innovated a lot of these crazy table spots. Wave your hands in the air. Wave them in the atmosphere. That's what Oscar used to say. The Nasties. Nice. This is old school and new school here. Nasties and Public Enemy. I love it. Very similar type of teams. Size-wise, outfit-wise. But style, this is just 4 crazy fuckers. Imagine, I'd like to see Prime Nasties against Prime Dudleys. That would be good shit. Give me like 93 Nasties against like 2001 Dudleys or something. Oh my God. I think those are the same jackets they wore in WWE. They're one of those interesting cases. They're a lot like Macho Man and like they were able to take their gimmicks and largely their theme music with them because I think Jimmy Hart wrote their WWE theme. So in WCW, it sounded almost the exact same, their WCW and WWE theme. But they were able to keep everything, names, gimmick, persona, ring gear, in between companies. I'm just surprised WWE went because they were already the Nasty Boys in WCW and AWA before coming to WWE, and I'm surprised WWE didn't change them up, give them their own name and stuff. It wasn't as common back then, but I'm surprised they still didn't do it. Johnny Grunge. Nasty Boys would have been fun to actually see go back into WWE around like maybe 98. Get back in there a little bit while they still had a couple years left and they can kind of fit that Attitude Era. Because the tag team division was weak in those days in WWE. It was just Bariquas and Skull and 8-Ball and shit like that, you know? Like they would have maybe fit in pretty good there. And maybe put over the Dudleys, you know, on their way out or something in like 99. But Knobs, I think, and Hogan were tight, so they just had money contracts in WCW. Fucking mullets, man. All right, while I love that they're doing a double screen here. While these morons are beating the shit out of each other, I'm going to go grab a cold beverage. Be right back. Back. Ugh. We got trash everywhere. Oh, trash cans. I'm assuming the enemy goes over here, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm eating some Driscoll's raspberries. Before we went live, I ate an entire bag of these Dabzilla sour worms. Keep away from children. 500 milligrams. We'll see. They is fighting on the beach. Oh, man. Daytona in July. Probably hot as fuck down there right now. Double trouble. Huh. He's beating him up with an inflatable shark and he sold it? Jesus, Johnny Grunge. What the fuck? Sags hit Grunge with an inflatable floaty shark and he sold it like he got hit with a chair. Idiot. Did not say that. Yes, you did say that, Dusty. By the way, if you've got any pull with your son, have a little talk with him if you would, if you don't mind, and tell him that when he gets older, don't cut stupid promos on Dynamite. Oh, in with a chair and a surfboard at the same time. Like Consurfo. I'm trying to watch both these screens. It's very hard. Shout out to Doug Dillinger. Hell yeah. Am I barbecuing on Memorial Day? I might work, actually. Only during the day if I do. I might barbecue. I'm going to be watching Raw and doing a review, I think. It's the day after Double or Nothing. 1 week from tomorrow. I don't want to miss 2 Raws in a row. I might fire up my grill. But I think I'm going to plan on being here watching Raw and hanging out with y'all. Memorial Day doesn't mean much to me these days anymore, so. Oof. I'm back when I lived in North Carolina. I'd be at the beach. But here, California. Those surfboards got a family. They are just wailing on each other with the chairs on the boardwalk. WrestleMania 1 watch along one day? I don't know, man. Our audiences for this are getting smaller and smaller. We only got 50 people here now. I'm worried that a WrestleMania 1 watch along will be extremely weak. Yeah, if these numbers don't get better, I might abandon this concept because there's not many people here. But it's fun. I love to do this. Gives me a chance to refresh my memory on a lot of this stuff, too. Jeez. Dusty. It's against the law to whoop your dog on the beach in Florida. It should be against the law to whip your dog anywhere. Dogs are great. Don't whip them. I hope that none of these cops are wrestling fans, and they are literally not knowing what the hell's going on here. This is some crazy shit. Go home that night. Their wife's like, "How was work, honey?" You wouldn't believe this shit. These guys are whipping each other with dog collars and chains, and we're supposed to let them do it? There goes the tables. They're all still tied up. It's hilarious. I mean, how do you put this match together backstage before the show? What do you want to do? Let's just go ape shit. Cool. See you out there. No, I want to abandon the watch-alongs. I might come up and do them earlier, though, on Sundays, but this is just a really good time for me. But it might not be the ideal time for everybody, so I might try to come up a little bit earlier next time we do it. All right, I killed the raspberries. Ha! The table broke just by him landing on it. Who was it that just broke it by touching it? Oh, there it goes. Oh, let's end this match already. What's the time on this match? Like, Rey and Psychosis was good. Tenta and Bubba surprised. But the last couple of matches, like, God, what the fuck's the point? How you doing, Charlie? I'm doing great today. Hey, it's Sunday, man. It's classic pay-per-view day. I'm always great on Sunday. And it's a gorgeous day outside. The window's open. Yeah, no ECW chance. They're in Florida, though, so maybe not there, but shish kebab himself. Ooh, I do not want to be shish kebabbed. Hell no. K-Dog Scano, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Thanks for the $5. Bigger blunder as WCW champion, Arquette or Russo? Russo. Arquette, looking back, we can all live with now because Arquette's cool and he cares about wrestling and he likes wrestling and he gave it a go. And he actually has wrestled matches and, got into the indie wrestling scene. That's a very David Arquette thing to do, actually. So looking back, I like Arquette. Met him at the first ever SmackDown in LA last year, the year before. Now that table no sells him. Oh, that hurt like shit. Oh, there's that extra. Oh, and I thought that was just a shadow. The table on the floor was gimmicked. I think they used the wrong tables. Bobby Heenan, they're really bringing it to the table. Oh yeah, Damien, I'll be going to WrestleMania in LA. Hell yeah. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to Dallas next year either. I think it's likely. That is if the crypto market recovers, because I'm kind of shitting my pants right now. But other than that, I will be there. yikes. You kind of forget that they're all chained together. That table. That is a Japanese table. That is so good. The one in the aisleway broke was gimmicked. I bet you they meant to bring that one in here and use this one out there or something. And then when they realized they were going through it, they did the spot or whatever. That's what I would think here, because otherwise, I mean, even in the ring, even though there's more give to it, the table should still break. God, this thing needs to mercifully end. Oh, I like that. Sag's doing the Dusty Rhodes Billy Graham spot. Dusty, you know about this, bro? Dusty, like I made this happen. I did this in the bull rope match. Nasty's won. That was a mess. Tony Schiavone put it right. Greco-Roman collar match. Yeah, it was fabulous stuff. Oh, Rocco. Nothing was settled. Oh, you live in El Cajun. Good. That's not close. That's not far, I mean. Well, I'll be going with my girlfriend, but we can definitely meet you there. We're going to do a meet and greet when we're there, too, anyway, so we'll put something together. Hang out with folk. Why are they continuing this nonsense? Just get the hell out of there. They'd probably do a rematch on Nitro or something. God, look at some of these people in the front row. My God. That table. Jesus. The jaw area. Yeah, that match was ugly. They're still trying to find out who the third man is. 1, 2, 3 Kid, man. Gene is an unsung hero in this as well, because him being in the ring was like super fitting. Because by that point, it had already been like 14 or 15 years of Gene with the microphone in front of Hogan since like 82, 83 in AWA and stuff. So the fact that he was there made it. If anything, they should have had Gene join the NWO. Disco Fever. Oh, we're going to Fade to Black. Okay, I didn't want to be robbed of that disco theme. Oh, yeah, I don't doubt the $1 Million Championship is returning. Got a feeling. Grimes will look great with that. Jesus, look at this fucking idiot. Yeah, I talked earlier about how he was the rumor in '97 to come in and be Honky Tonk Man's protege in WWE. Disco Inferno's going to jump ship. He grow his sideburns, put him in a honky outfit. Seems like something WWE would have done. Why did they even make this gimmick for him? Because he can do that dumb dance? I remember when he would film with, or feud with Alex Wright, they would do like little dance-offs, and they both were terrible. Some of WCW's theme music was a trip. And this was one of them. Like, this shit cracked me up. So awful. Yeah, I thought I heard Gene say shield. The human shield, I think he means. The shield of cops. That's what they all came to see. God, is that not the most douchiest face you could ever ask somebody to have? He just should have a tattoo, punch me tattooed on his forehead. Dean Malenko, I hope he ties him in a fucking knot. Buffer, I'm sure, does do the main event. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he does. Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does. And probably not going to do a TNA wrestling watch-along. The only reason is that I want everybody to be able to watch along, so not everybody can access TNA content. I know you can find it on certain websites and stuff, but more people have Peacock than are going to have that. So WCW, ECW, and WWE is what we're going to have to stick to, which we still have an endless supply. I mean, we could do a watch-along every week until I'm 250 years old, and we'd still never run out of shit to watch. So I'm not sad that we're not going to be able to do a TNA one. If TNA gets added to the cock, we'll do it. Nice. Go after it. Shake your booty, it says on his tights. You know, WCW always had those weird things on the side of their ring posts. I always thought it was so brutal to take post shots. And AEW is the same way, too, because I think their posts are like square. So you got corners on those bitches. So I'm like, God, that's got to hurt like a motherfucker. Heatwave 99, good one for the summer. Yeah, we're going to have to do some SummerSlams for sure. I got all sorts of good SummerSlams we could do, man. Highway to Hell would be great. 2000 would be good, although I just did a big review on that for the 20th anniversary because I was at that show. SummerSlam 02 would be good to watch with the Rock, with Brock beating The Rock. Or did I do a watch along of SummerSlam with 2002? I don't remember. I might have. Unbelievable. Look at the guy dressed as Big Boss Man in the front row. That's hilarious. Yeah, 99. I don't know if I do SummerSlam 99. That one just I don't remember being enamored with that much. 97 was kind of the same way. I don't really like 97. I mean, the Owen accident happened there, and even Brett winning the title was awesome, but it was just doesn't stick out to me. 94, I'd do if people were into that. Brett and Owen cage match, Taker versus Taker, Razor and Diesel, one of my favorite SummerSlam matches ever for the Intercontinental title. That was a good pay-per-view. Opened up the United Center. Last pay-per-view of Randy Savage type of thing. So I'd be into that one. Maybe even SummerSlam like 2005, Hogan and Shawn. Yeah, Dean's also always had his great side suplex or belly to back. Yeah, I think between SummerSlam 97 and 98, 98 would be way more fun. Highway to Hell, Rock and Triple H ladder match, Jarrett getting his head shaved. All sorts of crazy shit on that show. When he kicked that thing, I love Dusty. SummerSlam 89. We're going way back. I worry that some of these older shows don't get good audience, but then again, we got 50 people in here watching this. But I'd like to do 89 because that had some fun shit. Zeus had Warrior and Rude. And I think Hearts worked Busters or Demolition or something like that. Might have been Hearts and Busters. I love SummerSlam 90. It's probably my favorite SummerSlam of all time. I would love to do that one. SummerSlam 92 would be good too. But I think to this day, SummerSlam 90 just ranks as my favorite. It's not like the card really stands out or anything. I mean, Hart Foundation won the tag belts, and that's my favorite like tag match of all time. But something about it, there's something about the feel of the show that I just loved. I watched that on a hot summer night, and it was the night before school started. So I got to stay up and watch the pay-per-view, and then I had to go to my first day of school the next day of like fucking 8th grade or 9th grade, whatever it was. And never forget it. Oh, yeah, they're talking about briefcases in a room. They're trying to throw you off. Nobody's even mentioned Hogan, which is kind of weird, too. With no within his faith. Now Jericho knows 1,004 holds. Dean only knows 1,000. So Dean's not quite as good as Jericho, and he knows it. He's okay with it. He's made peace with it. We saw it on Dynamite. Ew. Yeah, Disco's fighting. SummerSlam 93, maybe. Yeah, Dean or Disco getting all mad. Bobby's rooting for Disco. Oh, wow. That's a big slingshot. And WCW's ropes were brutal because they were like cable. They were so tight and stiff. Ooh, that was a modified skull crushing finale there. Great American Bash 05. I don't even remember that one. No idea what even happened on that show. We ain't doing a watch along of it. I know that. Was that the one with Torrie Wilson on the cover, or was that 04 when it was like Eddie and JBL? For a hot minute there, about 15, right around that time, I was into buying wrestling pay-per-view posters on eBay, and I had that one. I had that one of Torrie Wilson in like the Uncle Sam outfit. She looked great in it. And I actually had it hanging in like one of my early man caves back in like 2006 or 7 with a lot of other pay-per-view posters, a couple WrestleMania ones, and I since got rid of most of them. I have a couple rolled up in a tube that I don't display anymore, but then I was like, I'll stop. I just, for some reason, just got out of it, stopped buying them. Unforgiven 98, I was there. Disco Inferno. Yeah, guys could be in holds all the time and do a tap out prior to tapping out being a thing, and it was something you saw a lot of, actually. It'll catch you off guard too if you watch it now. If you watch like an old match and you see somebody like in a hold and they're like slapping the mat in pain, like they're tapped out. Happens a lot, actually. Judgment Day 03 or 04. Judgment Day 03, I was there. 04, I don't remember what happened there. But 03 would be a good one because I was at that event. I believe that was in Charlotte, and I know it was like Nash and Triple H and some other shit. I think it was Brock and Big Show, maybe. That was a fun show. Bikini contest, I remember that. I don't recall if I was at Raw the next night. I don't even remember. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tony. Damn. Breakdown 98. I think I've only seen that one time, and that was the night it aired on pay-per-view. I don't think I ever watched that pay-per-view again. I didn't like it. I remember being bummed out because back then, I was fucking broke and, living on my own and working and, and stuff. And I bought all these pay-per-views. And so if they sucked, I was like mad. I wasted my money. Yeah, they're accusing these guys of a lot, breaking and entering, B&E, kidnapping. He blocked a double axe. I don't think I've ever seen anybody block a double axe handle from the top rope. Like literally in my life. You always either get hit with it or maybe you counter it, but you never just straight up block it like, put your hands up and block it. I've never seen anybody do that ever. Would have been good strategy if you're wrestling the Macho Man. SummerSlam 91, I'd love it. Fully Loaded 2000 is an excellent one. God, I did a review of that like way early on in my commentary days. That's a great show because that's got 3 big kind of triple main events going on. I'd actually like to do that one in July. That would be good. Fully Loaded 2000. Rock and Benoit, Jericho, Triple H. I think Angle and Taker, I think. You do Halloween Havoc 97. That's true. I just did a review on that year before last. Kind of a recent review. I remember when I was doing that review, Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret was in town. And he came over to my house, and when he showed up, I was just finishing up the editing of that. And I remember putting on my thing, and he walked by. He goes, "I'm doing a Halloween Havoc review too," or whatever, something like that. I'm like, "Oh, I swear I didn't do that on purpose," but we were both kind of editing the same thing at the same time. Oh, God. Those flat backs just, I feel them. Dean, will you Texas Cloverleaf this fucker and get him out of there, please? There you go. He's going for it right there. Ask and you shall receive. Damn. Nice. Thank you, Dean. It's like you heard me. Right on. I will talk about the plane ride from hell after the Dark Side of the Ring. I can't wait to see that shit. Rock Bottom 98. That's not one of my favorite ones either. December pay-per-views never. DX the previous year wasn't any good. It's Time the year before sucked. The 95 December was very good. Rock Bottom was just like okay. Not one that I'd really have that on the top of my list of a watch along. There's just too many other good ones to do. Too bad, Disco. You dance your ass on out of here. I always liked the Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio's WCW music was kind of similar. Kind of like how Sheamus's and Drew McIntyre's is similar. It's like the same. Same but different. Dean Malenko. Armageddon 2000. I did a review of that recently, too. Invasion. Invasion was the first pay-per-view I watched when I moved to the beach in North Carolina. I just moved into my apartment, and that was the first pay-per-view I watched. It was crazy. Who is this? Joe Gomez. I don't even know what I'm watching. I don't even know who Joe Gomez is. Oh, Steve McMichael? Oh, okay, so he's feuding with McMichael. McMichael was a Horseman. I love this Four Horsemen music. It's one of my favorite themes in wrestling. It's awesome. Look at Deborah. A little ratty ass dog. Thoughts are with Steve McMichael, which we received bad news about him not long ago. Yeah, I talked about that earlier, Sir Joseph. I could have just waited and done this in July, but we had talked about it in just a recent podcast. I'm like, oh, that would be a good one, and didn't even like really occur to me that it was the 25th anniversary. So we're just doing it now. Hell, maybe I'll do. There's still time to do a review of it. Maybe I'll just post a review for fun in July. I'm actually pretty sure I did do one of the This Day in Histories on like maybe the 20th anniversary or something a while back of the NWO formation, but I barely remember Joe Gomez. He's built a lot like McMichael. These guys could be a tag team. Joe Gomez and Steve McMichael on a WCW pay-per-view. 55. He's a big boy, too, this Gomez. Jesus. Yeah, you're right, Steven Scott. I liked the NWO's B team theme. It was good. That's what, like, Masachono or Virgil or guys like that would come out to. Or Muda. Yeah, 25 years since Hall's appearance on Nitro. Unreal. I watched that as it happened. Yeah, I didn't even say that. I put something on Twitter about that today. I completely forgot to mention it, but yeah, 22-year anniversary of Owen Hart's death is today, and the anniversary of Over the Edge 99. I actually recognized that when I was putting the stream together, and you have to put the date in and shit, or you see the date. And I was like, oh, May 23rd just immediately sticks out. So today, earlier on Twitter, I posted my podcast that I did on the 20th anniversary of his death, which I still stand by everything in there. It's like a perfect little kind of cap on the whole Owen Hart situation, because I talked for like 10 years about Owen on the channel just sporadically, and it's like, let's just put it to bed and just give one big loaded podcast on my feelings on everything from his career to his death to his afterlife and Martha Hart and Hall of Fame, all that stuff. Got into all of it, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Yeah, but I was home with friends watching it that night when it happened. It was pretty surreal. I've always liked him. You could put this Joe Gomez and McMichael together as a tag team, and they could be like out of shape Chronic. They could be like discount Chronic. No Way Out 04 with Eddie winning the title. It's a good one, too. These are all good ones. Now I got him. There's a referee I finally recognized, Pee Wee Anderson. A couple of these guys, I don't know who they are, or I at least forgot. Oh, jawbreaker. Damn, big sell by Mongo. A jawbreaker is one move I wouldn't want to take. I don't know how you do it without legitimately jacking your jaw. I mean, you got to hang on so tight when that guy hits. Even if your chin is resting on top of the head, even when the guy hits the ground, it's going to jack you up, even if you're clenching your... I just don't know how you do it without not hurting yourself. It's a mystery to me. This is not a move I wouldn't want to take. I wouldn't want to take the stunner either. Looks like it can hurt if done improperly. Ugh. Survivor Series 01, another match or another show I was at. McMichael's hysterical. That Mongo and Friends Twitter account showing all this crazy shit he does in the ring is gold. But it's like it's not in like a malicious, unfunny way. It's actually in a loving way. No way. So I say, do not cradle him up and beat him. What did I review? Did I review or... This is my first WCW watch along, right? Why have I got this memory of recent memory of me watching a Kevin Green and Reggie White match or some shit? Must have been for a review. Or maybe I just watched it for the heck of it. Yeah, Bruce has got a spot on Dusty. There's somebody else has got a good Dusty, too. Can't remember who it is. These chops. Hiya. Very interesting. When you look at this full card and how many matches are on dark matches, why the hell this thing is on the main card, I have no idea. This makes no sense at all. Oh. Oh, Jesus. End this match. This is bad. This is really bad. Oh, it's Tombstone. Damn, first D. Malenko, now McMichael listens to my request. Thank you, guys. I guess if I need a match to end later, I'll just say it out loud and then it happens. All right. Mongo wins. Young Deborah. Their pet guard dog Ditka. That's hysterical. A mini Ditka. Oh. Mongo would use that tombstone. Oh, he hit it pretty well. Not going anyplace. He looks like Meatloaf. He's hilarious. Yeah, that was spring of '97. That was the UK or European title tournament. God, look at Elizabeth. Jesus. And woman. It always cracked me up that Liz was with Flair. during this time after everything that happened in like 92. Look at all those deceased people with Ric Flair. That's so depressing. Look at woman tickling Gene. I love it. I love it. Fucking great. I gotta watch this all day. God. I've been just in love with Miss Elizabeth ever since I was like 8 years old. It's the craziest thing. I think she was the one that made me realize as a kid, ooh, I think I like those. I think I like those lady folk. Yeah, Gene, talk to him, you pervert. I like how she talks now on the mic. I think women will like that too, Gene. Oh, Lord. Private party. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Can I just have 3 hours of this? Look at Mean Gene grabbing woman. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, how this touches my heart. Look at Mean Gene. Oh, my God. Woman for Hall of Fame now. I like how Flair and Liz match. Very cool. You know, woman. Oh, Gene, you are crazy. Gene is really struggling. I love it. Woman is hysterical. Konnan, you are in trouble. You got all these women and Ric Flair to deal with. God, woman just looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, the whole she was mine before she was yours thing, and just seeing them together now, it's like, wow. All right, here comes Konnan. Quite the gear he had back then. Have the Sandman inductor, Jesus. Yeah, working with Flair on pay-per-view. This is awesome. Yeah, I think we're all disappointed in Velveteen Dream that just he was so stupidly good and also so stupid. Not really putting my money on the innocent thing. Feels like he's kind of a scum, and I just hope he can be a better person from here on out. Yeah, thank you, Tony. I repeat what Tony says. I'm a big fan of those boots. Big fan. Flair is the best. That only looks like half pyro. His other pyro didn't. Oh, there's the rest of the pyro. I guess after this, we got Arn and Benoit against Giant and Sullivan, and then probably the main event. Unless there's something I'm missing here. Let me consult the videotape. Looks like that's it. Yeah, it's got to be it. About an hour left in the show. His wasted talents went full Jamarcus Russell. Yeah. Did Jamarcus do anything bad, though? I think Jamarcus just sucked when everybody thought he'd be good. But he might have made some stupid decisions, too. It's possible. Look at Konnan with the Marcellus Wallace Band-Aid up on his head. While these guys lock up, I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. We're back. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, around this time, yeah, you're probably right on that. Mid-40s for Flair. I want to say maybe late 40s. I want to put maybe 46 on him or something like that here. I'm not totally sure. Flair selling the slap. That's fucking great. Fucking woman. I'm surprised they never got Sherry like involved with these women. I mean, Sherry and Liz went way back in WWE, and they didn't really cross paths, I don't think, in WCW at all. And Sherry and Woman didn't either, and that would have been fun. I mean, Sherry was with Harlem Heat, but she was with Flair for a little while too, right? Sensuous Sherry. So it would have been cool to see like Woman and Sherry collide. Oh, no, I'm not vaping. That's just full-blown flower. I actually don't have a vape. I have a vaporizer, but I don't have like a vape. I know Flair took a slap to the face, like he got shot. God, a woman out there screaming like Sherry. Oh, Barry, thanks for the $2. Bad Blood 2004. Trying to remember what the hell that one was. Feel like Benoit was involved. I don't even know who was on that event. Got to be a Hell in the Cell, right? Yeah, Woman would have fit in with Shawn pretty well. Elizabeth wouldn't have, but Woman would have. Oh, Flair. Well, Flair had back issues. Flair, this is the most amazing thing about Ric Flair is Ric Flair broke his back in the city that I used to live in, Wilmington, North Carolina, in a plane crash, and broke his back, and not only recovered, but got back in the ring. I think those back, you see that lump in the back of his back? I think that is something injury related. And if you notice the way he takes his back bumps, he always kind of lands on his side. I think that's all plane crash related. But the fact that he had a career as long as he did and was able to do that after a plane crash in 1975, before I was even born, is pretty incredible. Pretty fucking incredible. Oh, God. Surfboard is rough. For Flair to take a surf... Oh, no, he's not getting them all the way up. I was like, I would have been pretty amazed if Flair at this stage of his career could take a surfboard. Oh, that's smart by Konnan. Oh, yeah, Shawn and Triple H. That's right. That's right. It was an hour long? Holy crap. Hell in a Cell with Benoit in 2 matches. None of this shit even rings a bell, man. I don't even fucking know. Yeah, Luger and Flair never wrestled in WWE. They weren't there together. They were never there together. As a matter of fact, well, Luger was kind of there in the WBF, but he wasn't on WWE. But as a matter of fact, Luger and Flair's first and last night basically overlapped. Luger debuted as the narcissist on Ric Flair's last night at the Royal Rumble. The next night on Raw, he would lose the taped Loser Leaves Town match, but the Rumble was his last night, and it was Luger's first. So they just missed each other. And then Flair or Luger would go to WCW just a couple years later, so they were never in WWE together to even have a match. So if they were there together, they might have had a match. But Flair left. Yeah, Flair would have stayed in 93. They would have definitely put them together in some form, I would imagine. Same thing as we talked about earlier. Man, imagine getting knocked down. You got a woman and Elizabeth coming to help you out. All right, I'm suddenly feel great now. What do you need me to do? Win this match? I got you. Kane was mad at Chris Benoit for his normal life and actual. Oh, yeah, that kind of rings a bell. We wrestled twice. Who the hell else did he work with? Apparently, there was a rumor Keith Lee got released. Yeah, that would be a crazy release unless he just went to them and said, "Let me the hell go." And they said yes, but yeah, I wouldn't have believed that either. Glad it's been debunked. He'll be back. For the 61 of you that are here, if you don't mind smashing the thumbs up if you hadn't, let's try to get those up a little bit if we can. I'm trying to think. 1996, what was going on around this time? Oh, I was having a blast. I was living in an apartment. Hootie and the Blowfish was topping the charts. Jordan was winning his like 5th title, would go on to win one more, I think, the following year, right before retiring. What was going on in baseball? Probably the Yankees doing pretty good around this time. They might have won the World Series. Hockey was probably either my Red Wings or the Avs or something. I think the Avalanche maybe won. Oh, I know who won the Super Bowl that year. Maybe Green Bay. Maybe not Green Bay. Who won in 96? San Fran? Might have been San Fran. I don't know. I'm trying to remember stuff from 96. My digital scope woman got in there and nut-shotted poor Konnan. I really want Flair to win the U.S. title here. I don't know if he does or not. I actually don't even know. They didn't even mention the WCW run? That's crazy. Okay, it was a Backers in 96. I remember. I thought they won in 97 for some reason. Yikes. I'll never forget Austin's ECW promo on Woman. We called her a $5 piece of ass. And he said if he could find $5 in a clothespin to put on his nose, he'd give her a try. Fucking classic. And he goes, "Don't get mad at me. You're the one that married a midget." Oh, my God. Austin just destroyed her, but it was good stuff. Woman's a great sport. I know the boots. I marked out for the boots. Cowboys won in 96. Yeah, so I guess Packers would have been the 96 season, but then actually winning the Super Bowl in 97, I think is what it was. Fuck the Cowboys. They were still winning in 96? God damn. I like that Konnan wears skateboarding elbow pads to wrestle in. Yeah, that's what I figured, Michael. Austin promo. Monday Night Quill. Eric Bischoff and Bongo. Oh, my God. Bongo. That was the best. Oh, man. That is really sad. The 20-year death of Aaliyah. I remember Aaliyah. Her and I are from the same hometown. And also Left Eye of TLC. Both I liked. Both were beautiful. Both were awesome. I remember, like, I was like a huge R&B fan or anything at that time, but I liked some of the stuff that I liked. And I liked her. I thought she was so young too at the time of her death. Imagine how many gold albums she'd had by now, and she'd be a legend today, She was great. Was she with R. Kelly? Was that they were together for a short time, I think? Or maybe he managed her or something. He's gross, but I really liked her. And Left Eye is just awesome. I was a big fan of TLC right from when they started. What about your friends? I loved them. They were fucking great. And they changed with the times. They evolved. They became kind of like a fun, kind of rapping hip hop group, with the loud clothing and stuff, to becoming like sexy women later. They went through all the different stages and they did it well. Chili was gorgeous too. You like football? You like fish sticks? Yeah, I like football. I've kind of been a little out of it. Last couple of fantasies have kind of phoned in. And I've paid a little bit less attention the past few years of football, but yeah, still very much a football fan. Yeah, I know Road Dogg's getting a lot of shit today on social media, which I just laugh at because I'm like, yeah, we knew Road Dogg was like that. Oh, Q didn't know? Yeah, we knew that about him. So him tweeting something stupid or putting something dumb on Facebook, I'm like, yeah, that's Road Dogg. He's a dumb redneck. That's what they do. They tweet and post dumb shit. So none of that surprised me, and I didn't even take the time to say, hey, Road Dogg, you're an asshole. You're canceled. Like, I already knew that about him. I think most of us did. So that shit doesn't faze me at all. He can say whatever dumb shit he wants. It's what I expect from Road Dogg. Figure 4 on Flair. Oh, my God. You're not going to tap Rick. You're going to win this match. You're going to win the U.S. title. The figure 4 does legitimately hurt, but I don't know if rolling it over hurts. Even Heenan's pretty smart with his logic. He's like, come on, Flair. This thing's been countered on you so many times. You know how to do this. It is one of those funny things. Like, I remember as a kid, I never understood in baseball, because I played a little bit of baseball. I think I understood once I started playing baseball, but before then I was like, how come pitchers suck at hitting? Like, shouldn't they be the best at hitting? They're pitchers. They know the person, what they're throwing and shit. Like, they know what to look for. They know, strategy, pitches, and that sort of thing, how to hit them, how they move, but they don't know how to hit. They can't hit at all. It's like trying to use your left hand. You just can't fucking do it, but it's like, why not? It's one of those mysteries to me. And I guess when I started playing baseball, I understood a little bit more, but, weird. Yeah, Chili burned, or Left Eye burned down Andre Rison's house. I remember that. I think she got her shit together after that, though. She was heading down a dark road there for a bit, but I think she recovered from it. I don't think she died crazy, but, she was that day. Burn a motherfucker's house down. Jesus. God, Konnan's always been doing that that rolling clothesline. Oh yeah, I got a year on you, Mike Witt. I still have my tassel. Oh, nice. See, Elizabeth and Woman are so smart. Did Bobby Heenan with a Wilbur Snyder name drop. I love it. Oh, Woman's got something. What she got, a brick? You never know when you need a brick. She has got something. I guess it's just her shoe. Oh, that was lame. That was a lame shot. Yeah, once I started playing, I understood it, but as a kid, I was just like, how come they can't hit? What the fuck? And he used the ropes too. I love it. Flair didn't even do that. Finally. Good. This match is over. Yeah, plus pitchers don't spend tons of hours in the batting cages either. You know, if they did, maybe they'd be a little bit better, but fuck. It's repetition. It's how you get good. Restricted area. Mean Gene is in a restricted area, y'all. This entire area where he is, it's restricted. Gene is like, I can hear the third man's voice. This is hilarious. I never knew they did any of this. It sounds familiar. Like, Gene, you should fucking know that voice. You shouldn't think it sounds familiar. You should be like, oh hell. Oh Jesus, yeah. Okay, so next week, Double or Nothing, Mick Foley, A&E Doc, and The Godfather on Broken Skull Sessions. Jesus. Yep, that's going to be a big one. Oh no, don't wish you did that. Always go through the process. It's always good. Even if you didn't save anything, I just saved I have my diploma, I think, and I probably don't have my cap and gown, although I might. And I know I got my tassel in there somewhere. I have all my yearbooks. My yearbooks are every like 10 years to pull them out and like read through them, or as a trip. Especially some of the messages from girlfriends and stuff, and some of the shit you're writing there. I can only imagine what people are reading in their yearbooks years down the line from what I fucking wrote in there. But it's a pretty big trip to go back and read through my pages of yearbook signs and shit, and so stuff like that I keep. Look at Gene, tell him to shut up. It's the same four cops from before. I love it. They're all I don't know how none of them are not laughing their asses off at Gene Okerlund. All right, it's time for Horsemen. Horsemen in action. Yeah, Gene ain't playing with Bobby. It almost feels like that's a spoof. There's like an old one thing I've done before is like watch like news bloopers and shit. And there's this clip from the 80s where the guy on the scene reporting is an old man, and the guy reporting in the studio is an also old man, and they fucking hate each other. And they're bickering back and forth. And it's like, that's what I'm going to take your job. And they used to be work for me, or just talking shit to each other. It's like from 1987. It's hysterical. That reminded me of that. It almost might have been a spoof of it because it was very similar with Gene telling Bobby, why don't you shut up? Really funny stuff. And McMichael's out there. He hit Giant with a briefcase and ran away. Hit him with the Money in the Bank briefcase and ran away. That was smart, though, because Giant went chasing after him, and now little tiny Kevin Sullivan is all by himself. Damn, look at that dude's hair in the front row. Holy cow. Is that Nydia with him? Looks like Nydia. Doug Dillinger. Does he look like a security guard to you? I always crack me up in WWE. They had Jim Dotson, that just giant, muscled up, just huge, jacked up guy, and then WCW had like Grandpa out there as the head of security. Oh, Giant's back. Jimmy Hart went and got him. Hey, get your ass out here. Got a match going on. I don't know if I'll do a Nitro or Raw because Gold Standard, it's on here. I'm watching on Peacock right now. All my watch-alongs will only be Peacock stuff because I want everybody to watch. And you know how I found it? I just went to I didn't even search it. I went to the WWE page, and if you scroll down, you'll see WCW stuff down there. And there's like a Bash at the Beach one. You click that, and it lists all the seasons. It's like a few rows down and all their bullshit. Peacock sucks, man. It's hard to find anything, but it's there. I promise. I'm going to go get another beer. One more before the show's over. Be right back. So far, when I've been on Peacock, Ross, I've had trouble searching anything. Like, even if it's on there, if I search it, I can't find it. Like, if I type it in the search bar, I mean. But if I just click around and search through shit, I end up finding it that way. So it's just... WWE Network was a little bit like that, too, and I found it annoying, but I was able to find this okay. I think, what was it? You got to go find the Bash at the Beach tab and then look for the seasons, and I think this is like season 3 or something weird like that. Where's my mouse? Yeah, it's season 3. Go to Bash at the Beach and look for season 3, episode 1. Cecil Trimble, it's WCW. Finally, we're doing a watch along. Yeah, that's my problem, Gold Standard. If I just type it, I can't find it. So just go to the main page, scroll down a bit, you'll see it. Yeah, Sting definitely would have been the third guy if Hogan turned it down. He was the plan. I think they already had that kind of in play. Because if you're going to do a big surprise like that, it has to be either Hogan or just the person that breathes and lives WCW. And it's important for it to be a lifelong babyface. That's why my Savage idea would have worked in principle. He would have been a great figurehead for the NWO and done just as good a job promo-wise, I think, as Hogan did. But he's not that babyface. It'd be like John Cena, turning heel now. He wasn't at that level. So Hogan was the absolute right dude. And I know myself, but even by this point, I was such a little snotty fucking smark. I loathed Hulk Hogan by this point. I never liked Hogan after like 1990. I was just sick of the dude. So by the time it got to here, and I'm Team WWE, and WCW's got him, and they're doing better and doing better business, I was annoyed. I'm like, fuck this guy. So it was a right move, for him to turn heel. Jesus Christ. Arn just took a shot. God, look at Benoit in there, man. So crazy. Happy to see all these guys still alive, except for Chris. Got a couple of guys that are all elite in this match. Your body, your trunks, your shoes over there. I love Dusty. Give me a 3-man commentary team of Dusty Rhodes, the Iron Sheik, and R-Truth. And that's all I really need in life. No, Mabel was never going to be the third man. Meltzer rumored him, but he wasn't around in WWE at the time, so that's why his name was coming up. 1-2-3 Kid was also out and let go, but he wasn't in WCW yet. But he was virtually out of WWE by this point. Had a couple of jobs on the way out with Hall and Nash in late 96 or mid 96, and he was gone. Vader would have been weird. But Brett was another one that I guess, was tossed around, but I don't think anybody believed it was Brett. I remember at the time firmly believing Brett would be back, but he wasn't on WWE TV at the time, so he would have been another perfect guy. Very interesting pay-per-view. I mean, you got your world champion involved in a tag match on the undercard. Jimmy Hart's been a busy man tonight. Next, yeah, the main event is next. If you're a coach in Brain. That's true. Listen to Bobby. Benoit's cut him off, though. The old Giant's going to hot tag here and beat the shit out of all these guys, I'm assuming. You got to think Giant Taskmaster are going to win. This is your world champion here. Plus, it's been a pretty decent night for the Horsemen so far, so they're going to have to drop something. Yeah, Benoit and his strikes, they're very Dynamite Kid-like. Oh, that's so bad. Ooh. Ooh. Did Benoit smack Arn's? Damn. That looked like it. Uh-oh. Giant's in there. Arn did not take that slingshot well, and Benoit looked like he cracked his face on his skull. Oh, we got a split screen here. So I think maybe the pay-per-view after this or something, was there a really crazy match, or did that already happen? Like the bathroom match and everything between these two guys? Benoit and Sullivan going at it. I don't remember. Was Woman with... Yeah, Woman wasn't with Benoit yet. Worst Horseman of all time, Paul Roma or Mongo? Paul Roma. Mongo had qualities. Roma was just a douche. He even looked like one, acted like one, seemed cocky and everything. He was supremely talented, had a good look and stuff, but never really became a star, never did much in WWE. He was mostly a jobber. There we go. Giant. I was about to say, Giant's got to choke slam one of these fools and pin him. Wow, Benoit attacking him. I feel like the match, the crazy stuff they would do is after this, not before. My timeline is just off in my head. Yeah, I think this would lead to the match, and then Woman would get involved, and then real life would come into play here. Because look at how they're brawling here. This is something to continue their feud, to continue their rivalry, to move on to something else, which is probably that hardcore match or whatever it was. Great American Bash in Baltimore, 90. Okay. So maybe that was before. Jesus. I was about to say, yeah, the match continues. They got sand all over him. Top rope. Have you ever seen that before? A top rope, belly to back suplex in the ring while being covered in sand. That's a first. Damn. Oh, here comes Woman. Okay, so she is a part of this. She's one of the Horsemen, baby. Is every cameraman just a very large man, or we got some normal sized ones? You're going to hurt him. Look at this. At least a woman's trying to get him to not kill fucking Sullivan. Giant keeps leaving. What are you doing? Well, if you would have stayed out there and protected your partner, it might not have happened, Giant. Dummy. Because they're fucking shoot married. That's why, Dusty. He's carrying Sullivan out. That's hysterical. How are you going to get out of the ring with him like that? Step over the top rope? Oh, he's going to just step over the top rope. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. And he's going to go down. Damn. Damn, Giant. He almost didn't make it over the top rope, but now he's got him. Poor Taskmaster. Here we go. Main event. HBK and WCW around this time would have been pretty crazy. It wasn't hard to envision. I could envision it. I could picture him right there in that ring with those guys. Especially when he turned up at like a WWE live event wearing an outsider shirt and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. This guy's losing it. Now that wouldn't be a big deal. But back then, he got so much heat for that. But now, I mean, if you did that, nobody would care. Showing support. Maybe you don't want to go into WWE with an AEW shirt. Maybe not a great idea, but... Weird. Weird. Yeah, Big Show with hair. He had it when he first came in, too. God, this is it. The main event. Shit flying in the ring. All hell breaking loose. Oh, good. We're going to get a special look at all the stuff that happened. WCW Hostile Takeover. That denim outfit was just too much. Too much awesomeness is what it is. The Hostile Takeover. They're shitty little production video packages. They couldn't hold a candle to WWE. They couldn't hold their jock. Like, this is so stupid. Like, WWE had, like, awesome, like, well-produced video packages, and this is low-budget bullshit. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh, yeah, that's right. Luger got carried out of this thing, too. Kind of making it a handicapper. Yeah, Roman should come out. Roman should show up at a TV with a Moxley shirt. Yeah, I'm wearing it. What are you going to do? Fire me? Fire the best thing you got going? Daring Duo has not divulged man number 3. That was crazy for me to see those guys there. I was so bummed. I was like half marking out that they were in WCW and this is so crazy, but also half really bummed that they weren't in WWE anymore. Is this a 9th grade film editing project for a student or something? Like, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I could do this. You just hired me, save you some money. Funky music. How does this get you hyped for the match? It doesn't. Stop the outsiders. God. This is what they're used to. Like they should have had Buffer voice this or something. And then WCW was infiltrated by two outsiders as they donned baseball bats, and the cops were ready. Who from WCW will stand up to these menaces? Like something like that, you know? All wrestlers have banded together. Oh, all of them? Really? Convertible. Don't miss history in the making. With all of that money that they could afford to pay people, they couldn't afford better production people that could put something a little bit better than this together. There's Buffer. If Greg Gagne was a third man, then wrestling business would have been even more over than it was. He would have been a better choice than Hogan. Mostly because of his name. First name. Threaten the sanctity. There's no sanctity. So dramatic. When Buffer would wear... Buffer from a distance, when he was in the ring, looked like Vince to me. I always remember, like, damn, it looks like Vince McMahon in there doing in the WCW ring. You could almost envision it. You like blurred your eyes. I'm like, holy shit, it's Vince. Try it. It's fun. This dude gets paid so much to say that. He's done UFC, boxing. I mean, they brought him in for every pay-per-view. A lot of nitros, too. I mean, they had money to get Buffer, man. Has Buffer ever done a WWE show? Hasn't he done one? I don't remember. No, that's right. They don't have the NWO music yet. They got this weird shit. Which this might be edited. I'm not sure if this is the real music or not from the actual show. I feel like AEW could bring him in. That would be great. There are only two. Oh, yeah, and they came out with only two. Everybody probably thought it was going to be the third guy right here. I mean, it's like Razor and Diesel, but red. Same gear for both. God, it was so eerie to me to see Diesel there. I'm like, this is so weird. Buffer did Rumble 08. Thank you. I knew he's done something. Did he do what, the Rumble match or a title match? I don't even remember. Yeah, I feel like he's been there at least once. I can envision it, but I didn't realize it was Rumble 08. Pretty sure that was the that I bought that Rumble. That was the first pay-per-view I ever watched ever on HD. They made a big deal about it. And I remember at the time I had like a 50-inch Sony like 720p that I spent like I paid like $1,800 for. Just insane. You can pick up the same TV now for $200. But that was the first show I watched on. I'm like, this screen, this picture is so clear. I was just blown away by it. Now we got 4K shit. He introduced Undertaker and Shawn, who were 1 and 2. Interesting. I have no recollection of that. Oh, I didn't know they would do a pre-match here. Scheme Gene. Chico. He's doing the Chico and the toothpick. Little Meng. And the big Meng. And the medium-sized Meng. I love that shit. Scott Hall's hilarious. They could not handle all three guys. And they're getting Gene out of there. He's a man called Sting. WCW was definitely like the Southern territory. Because, I mean, this fucking music. It's a man called Sting. Ugh. Are they all coming out there together to Sting's music? Because this is Randy Savage on the... And is that the only lines? Is a man called Sting over and over? He does this. He does that. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Luger's WCW theme was also used in WWE at the same time. They were using it for a hotline number commercial. They would play Lex Luger's WCW theme in the background. It was a trip. Yeah, Sting wouldn't be Crow Sting for a few more weeks or months after he was accused of joining the NWO. Then he'd get pissed and tell... Did he tell the fans? Well, I know Hogan told the fans to stick it. Sting might have told the fans to stick it, too. And then he went up to the rafters for 18 months. Man called Sting. Bell's underway, or bell's rung. There's a lot of baby oil going on there. Nash ain't having none of it, but those other guys, holy crap. It's a top weight worst entrance team. It's bad. It's pretty bad. I always laughed at it. I didn't really like the Steiners either. Because they had a couple. I'm trying to think of the songs that were like custom WCW lyric songs. They had Steiners. They had Sting. Johnny B. Bad. I'm trying to think who else. But they had like somebody singing it. Steiner Line. Yeah, and then they had the Johnny B. Bad. I got to remember, there's got to be somebody else too. Maybe Dustin Rhodes? The Natural? He might have had some lyrics to his too. American Males. There you go. Yeah, get ready to say goodbye to Lex. He gets knocked out here. Yeah, American Males is pretty bad too. American Males. Oh my God. Luger with the 4. I mean, these guys go way back, man. WWE. Diesel and Luger worked a lot of Raw matches together. I know they worked for the Intercontinental title once on Raw. Stinger splash. Down goes Nash. Now, Luger's out this quickly, and I'm trying to remember, does he return or no? Macho and Razor, they worked against each other at Survivor Series 02. Yeah, I can see why fans might have thought that it would be Luger here. And Luger would have made sense, too, just because of his previous history with WWE. He had just come in the previous year on the first Nitro, so he had been there probably 9 months at this point. And near the end of his run, like 2 nights before he left, he appeared in the SummerSlam main event to help out Kevin Nash. I can see if fans thinking that when they carried him out, he'd be the guy. Fabulous Rougeaus were great. We're all American boys. That was better That much better than American males, all American boys. Luger never makes it back. That's interesting. Was he hurt here then? Because, I mean, he was in there for 5 seconds and he got hurt. Like, I'd hate to be booked in this main event and to go out there and not even do anything. Makes me wonder if he maybe had an injury. Otherwise, just to make it 2-on-2, sucks that he was the odd man out. I wonder if they had to draw straws. Like, which one of us gets to get knocked out? It probably is going to be Luger because I think the Hogan's leg drop on Savage helped that it was him. Rap is crap. I wasn't a fan of I guess I kind of was of the rest Texas Rednecks. I thought Rap is Crap was a funny song, even though I didn't agree that Rap was crap. I still thought it was really funny. But what if we were just watching this and it turned out to be Luger? I'm like, did we just pass through a dimension to another universe? Well, they did. They divided already, so now they just got to conquer. Ooh, bitch slap. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Sting and Scott Hall, kind of the first time they really, because they were getting each other's face on Nitro leading up to this. Good to see Scott Hall back in the ring again. We hadn't seen Razor. I mean, this was the first time really all year. Like, Razor was kind of on the outs with WWE. The beginning part of 96, they suspended him. He lost his Goldust match at WrestleMania. And then he came back for Good Friends, Better Enemies to job out to Vader, and that was it. So I feel like when this match aired, I hadn't really seen Scott Hall in the ring in like 7 months. So it was good to see him back. Back in there having matches. Chris Ludecki, good to see you. Thanks again for $5 more from you. I heard the plan was they took Luger to make you think he would come back out to later reveal that he faked his injury. I got it. Yeah, because I feel like here they've made a few things kind of obvious about Hogan. But the cool thing about the whole Hogan situation is even if you saw it coming, it was still shocking just because to see Hogan, you know, in that red and yellow bullshit being such an asshole on the mic. Come and get some of this. Who's bad now? Damn, Dusty. Yeah, 2 months after the curtain call, too. But Hall was off TV. He was just working the live events up until he left, you know, to fill out his dates and shit. So Savage moved, and that probably hurt. I don't think Dark Side of the Ring and the A&E biography are going to be a rehash. I think they're going to have two distinguishable tones to them. I think A&E is going to be more celebratory of the Warrior, and I think Dark Side of the Ring is going to be a little more honest and look at the dark side of the Ultimate Warrior. So I think they're going to be different, which is good. Because if they're the same, that would be boring. And I think they're both going to be good in their own way. If you're a big Warrior fan, you're probably going to prefer the A&E bio. But they're both going to be pretty interesting watches, I think. No, Ed Smith, this is my first WCW watch-along I've done. Fall Brawl 96. Wouldn't mind seeing that one in the future. More War Games match was epic, especially Sting. Yeah, it was shortly after that Sting would go to the rafters, right? I like the Fall Brawl 97, too. I ordered that one on pay-per-view. I didn't go to the show. It was in Winston-Salem, just a few hours away from me, but I didn't go. But I did order it on pay-per-view. And they basically did blood and guts finish where they threatened to injure Ric Flair if the Horsemen didn't surrender, much like Pinnacle did to Inner Circle. And then even when they surrendered, they slammed the door on his head anyway, just like MJF pushed off Jericho. Very similar matches. Worst theme song, Girls in Cars or American Males? American Males is the worst theme song of all time. I work out to Girls in Cars. That's the best song ever, actually. Girls in Cars. Girls in Cars. So weird. Why not like Girls at the Beach or Girls on Trampolines or Girls Jogging? Like, why Girls in Cars? Girls in a Subaru. What's sexy about that? What the fuck? Girl in a Prius. Ugh. Still an awesome song, though. Big boot. Sting is very colorful. I remember you, Diesel. We wrestled on a Coliseum video match. I dropped the elbow on you and pinned you. I remember. It was 93. You remember? You remember, Diesel. I remember. Diesel had that mullet. I know. I just haven't done a pay-per-view or DVD review in a while. I've been saving those lately for, like, Patreons, just to concentrate on the streaming and stuff, because my channel really has morphed into a streaming channel. It's kind of my bread and butter now. It's where I make the subscribers and stuff. So the extracurricular stuff is just when I can kind of have time type of thing. But normally I'd be doing reviews now, which is like these watch-alongs are kind of cool. You know, they're fun. Watch them together. Just trying different things on the channel. Just trying to keep, trying to keep the channel moving because numbers, as you can see, are not great. So, oof. Come on, baby. All tagged in. Love Scott Hall's right hands. Great one. Really, the DVD doesn't have Roland, but Peacock does? Yeah, I don't know. I'm done trying to figure out any sort of pattern on these theme song dubbings. He says none of it makes sense to me. Not the quads. Watch out, Nash. I wonder if like did the same person that made Nash's diesel pants, did they make this thing? It's the same pants, like painted red. Only in wrestling can you have a Mexican and Canadian as a tag team, as a California Beach tag team in Strike Force. Yeah, they should have made, like, they could have still been. That's the thing that was weird is that with Tito replaced Zinc, but you could have done the Mexican-Am connection could have been it. Yeah, Mexican-Am connection could have been it. So you couldn't, I think they didn't worry about the fact that they were from separate countries anymore once Zinc left and the Can-Ams were no more. So I think they kind of wanted to get away from that was probably why. But they weren't billed from California. Everybody knew where Tito was from and Martel. Who has a better Macho Man impression, me or Bruce Pritchard? Bruce. Bruce wins every impression. Bruce has got a great everything. Great Macho, great Dusty. The dude on the, I forgot who his name is now, but he was on the Macho Man A&E bio. The guy that he did a fantastic job. I don't even think I have a very good one, but he was, I swear, if you weren't looking at the television, you heard it, you'd think it was Macho Man himself. It's about as perfect as a impression as I've ever heard was that guy in the biography. Good stuff. Oh, really? On Peacock's not going to have that fan jumping in, huh? That's a shame. That's one of the best parts. Saul stomped his head so hard. Even after the guy wasn't moving, he was just fucking great Antonioing his ass. It was awesome. When you get home late, you just know you're going to get yelled at. Bobby Heenan. I ain't trying to get yelled at. Oh, love those punches. Sting selling them. Is Mean Gene the only announcer of this era to not take a bump? Yeah, Gene didn't really get too physical. Well, Gene kind of took a bump. He wrestled in a tag match with Hogan. Yeah, Orndorff and Piper were roughing him up, I think, one time. And he got in the ring, and who did they face? Fuji and somebody. Maybe it was Fuji and Animal Steel or something. So Gene did take a bump, but maybe not on the job. You know, when he was interviewing somebody, he never got powerbombed off a stage. But during his era, sure, Mooney never took a bump, and Lord Alfred never took a bump. Gorilla, I suppose, did. Well, he was a former wrestler, though. And who's the guy that fucking took over for Gene in AWA? I don't recall him taking a bump. But then in later years, like Attitude Era, everybody was bumping. Fucking Michael Cole getting his ass kicked. Dang. Nash and Sting. This was mildly cool to me. Tag to Macho. And now here's the crazy man. You don't want to fuck with me. My outfit matches the turnbuckles. Here we go. The Savage is loose. I love a double noggin knocker without even grabbing both guys' head. He just takes one guy and just throws his head into the other guy. That was awesome. That's the way you do it. Oh, he wrestled Mark Madden too. I didn't know that. I guess I kind of remember that. Fuck Mark Madden. Yeah, because I mean, Savage worked with both these guys in WWE. Sting worked with them both in their previous stints in WCW. So this is close to the end. After that nut shot, I think is when it happens. Nut shot to Savage. Yeah, and here comes. Listen for Bobby. Yeah, but whose side is he on? Heenan's calling it out. He's in. Nash looks frightened. You knew it here. Like, you could tell. He's the third man. That was awesome. I mean, you knew when Nash and Hall powdered out, if you're going to have a babyface run in, oh, shit. You're going to have a babyface run in, he just needs to do some damage in there. Throw some punches and big boots. And they just kind of leave him in there standing there with Macho laying in the ring. Of course, he's going to not nail him. Oh, all of a sudden, they're going to kick his rear end now. And Heenan's even saying it. What has he been saying all these years? And he's right. That's one thing about Heenan that he stuck with for decades, man. He maintained that Hogan was a piece of shit. And for Heenan's character, this had to feel just incredible. And they pin Savage. That should totally count. Why would you not acknowledge it? It was fair. I guess Hogan wasn't the legal man, but... Greatest heel turn ever. I didn't know what to make of this. I didn't know it would even take off the way it did. I remember thinking, I'm like, oh, good. Hogan's finally a heel. That is pretty crazy. But I think I still wasn't totally on board with it until the NWO itself just took off, and the music and the letters and the clothes and the Hogan, you know, the change in him. That's so great. Yeah, Luger does not come back out. That was the craziest part of this whole thing, was how much trash. I mean, it's a good thing there was like a police presence there, because my God. Look at the big guy in the crowd. Is that Zeus? Look at him. I don't know who that big guy is, but he looks like Zeus in there. Hogan pointed to him. He's got a jacked up New Jack. There's Gene. And then see, this is like what's underrated. Like, he was the perfect guy to come in here and do this interview, of all people. Gene doesn't play games. Gene's like a disappointed dad. I mean, this is a great promo. I mean, Hogan nails it. I don't like his red and yellow ass, but he knocked this one out of the park, man. Except he says, like, New World Organization or whatever he says. The New World Organization. Look at this shit being flung in there. Nash and Hall posing. Hysterical. Gray, oh yeah. I've been there, damn. I wish they would have just said WWF. It would have been so cool. Yeah, Gene got popped in the face. They would do this shit on Nitro, too. Nash would be swatting them away and stuff. Hogan taking credit for all WWE success. Amigo, he calls him Hall. I mean, there's liquids being flung in there. They're lucky a brick didn't come flying in. Crazy. Shit got real after this. For all you kids out there, if you're wondering when it all started and got crazy, this is it. The Austin 316 promo and this happened within like 2 or 3 weeks of each other. Think about that. World Whining Federation. Yep, that's what they used to call it. I love Gene giving it to him. Represents WWE in 2021. That's what he should have said. I've never noticed the big bastard over Scott Hall's shoulder with the tank top. He's cracking me up. I guess he's not in good a shape as Zeus, but You fans can stick it, brother. Where? Did Eric Bischoff really sell meat from a truck? How much was it? A new world order. Crazy. Real new world organization. Mean Gene is just fearless in there. He's like, fuck you, don't touch me. I got lawyers, asshole. Look at all this shit. God. I mean, that's quite the scene. It's fucking January 6th up in that ring right now. Like, my God. You can go to hell. He's wearing cowboy boots. What the fuck's going on? It's like yellow cowboy boots. Oh, the big pose. Oh, wow. Yeah, Zane, don't forget, no Raw stream tomorrow. We won't be here. 1 week off. I got plans tomorrow, so we're bumping it, unfortunately. All right, that is the end of Bash at the Beach 1996. That was awesome. I'm glad we fucking watched that one. Yeah, Doug Dillinger was not doing a very good job managing all that trash that was flying into the ring, like literally flying. That was quite the moment. I'm glad we got a chance to watch that one together because I haven't seen this pay-per-view all the way through. I don't think ever, but I've seen this match many times, and I'm aware of the pay-per-view and I remember it well. But just sitting through and watching it now was pretty hilarious and a huge trip, even on the undercard. So what a wild night in wrestling. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. It's been a long night. I got some stuff to take care of. Remember, no Raw review tomorrow, although there is a 1% chance I might be up here anyway. I just really doubt it. Don't think I'm going to get home in time to do it. That's why I've decided to postpone it. But you'll get me in a couple of days during the week. I'll come up here and do a stream, talk about some wrestling news and things like that. And then I'm also editing a special video, a special episode that'll be up hopefully within a week as well. And we'll be back this weekend for the podcast. And I'm glad, Raymond Frand, I popped that WCW pay-per-view cherry of yours. And that was a fun pay-per-view to watch. I'm really glad that we talked about that one and suggested it. So you guys have a good rest.